What's up, good people? Welcome to another video. In this video, we are going to make this slider of stripe. Now let's first analyze this slider. So in this slider, we have this tab navigation, and if we click on it, you can see the content slides in. New content slides in. This stays same pretty much in every screen, but when we are in this tab, per seat billing, a new card, a small card appears from this card, and it changes when we click on this tab. And also this sliding animation is happening here. Another thing to notice here is there is a hover effect on each tab item, and then when we click on it, the active background actually moves with the selection. So yeah, we need to deal with this one also. All right, let's jump to design. Cool. So yeah, by the way, I have already created it, so let me show you. And it works perfectly. Like when you click on it, the background moves, also the new content slides in. When I click on it, you can see this one also, there is a new card appearing here. So yeah, I have already achieved the animation, so I'm gonna show you how I did it. All right, so let's first create the tab navigation item. So I'm gonna create the item by selecting text. The first one is flat price, right? And the text is good over here, right? All right, so what I'm gonna do, I'm gonna create an auto layout here, and I'll apply 16 the side and 4 at the top, and then I will apply a fill. So fill of that yellow color. So what's that yellow color? I need to check that. All right, so color picker, this one, right? So yeah. All right, then I'm gonna apply like 20 border radius, and then what I'll do, I'll just hide the fill from here, and I'll rename it as default, and then I'll create another copy of it and rename it as hovered, and from here I'll change the color to something like this, right? Also I'll come here and change the black color from 100% to 80%, so it reduces the blackness a little bit. Yeah, so then what I'm gonna do, I'm gonna select both of it and create multiple components from here, combine them as variant, and rename the component as tab nav. Yeah, and then what I need to do, basically I need to push it out from the frame to take it out of the frame. I'll apply a fill so that I can see it. All right, then I'm gonna take one item from here and duplicate it so that I can create all the variants of it by changing the name, changing the text inside it. So we have got 5 items here, right? So what I'm gonna do, I'm gonna take the names from my previous design so that I can change it just right here. Right, per seat billing, proceed billing, user-based billing, and flat rate. Nice. So I'm going to select all of it, apply auto layout, horizontal direction, and then maybe give them a padding of 16. And here what I will do, I'll create another one to make the background, because we want the background to move separately, not with the selection. Right now this thing should have the animation of hover effect. No, because we haven't given it. So I'm going to go over here, go to prototype, and create a hover effect here, instant. Right, so if we check it now, we should have the hover effect running here. Right, we have the hover effect. Cool. It's very small, but yeah, we have it. Now what I'm gonna do, I'm gonna duplicate this one, and from the first one I'll turn on the fill and go inside and remove the text. Right, so hide the text from this one. Actually can remove it basically, but before that I need to break it and then remove it, and then I'll rename it as active background. Right, and then I'll make it absolute position and then push it at the bottom of this frame, so the flat price is at the top. Now what I need to do from here, I'm gonna break it from the component and then apply white color here. Why am I doing this? Because if it is a component, remember we have a hover effect, so if it is selected, then you still should be able to hover on it and the color will be changed from white to the lighter dark we have set. So we don't want that. That's why I've broken it, like separated from the component. All right, so yeah, I'm gonna deal with it later on. At this point, what I'm gonna do, I'm gonna create this first layout. So here we have this component, not component, this content here, and here we have some cards. So what I'm gonna do is I'll show you how to make one first. So I'll just create a text of flat price, right, and then apply 15 mid semi-bold and auto layout, rename it as title, and I don't want any padding at the top and the bottom, and from the left and right I want 16. And then here I want to apply a stroke. I want a left stroke only, and in this color I'll pick the yellow color, the yellow accent color, right? And then I'll duplicate it and remove the stroke from here, go inside and change the content to maybe 14 to regular, and I'll just copy it and paste it here, right? And then I'll apply auto layout. Oh, this one I forgot to rename it, so I'll rename it as subtitle. Always rename your frames. It's a better practice. It's a very good practice. I'm still in the learning phase of it. All right, so yeah, I'm gonna rename it as left content, and then give it a fixed width of 258 maybe, which is basically the width of from like the distance from this line to this line. And I'll go inside and make everything to fill container to left side, and I need to go inside also like this one and make it fill container, right? So also I'll make it maybe 8. So this is the way to create the left content. So at this point, what I'm gonna do, I'm just gonna copy all of it. Like here you can see this is dark, but yeah, let me just pull it out from here. All right, here. Cool. So yeah, you see I have created all of the variations. Like when you have this one, when you click on this one, we have a different content. We have a different content here. So I've created each frame just like the way I have showed you. And then what I've done, basically I have just applied an auto layout in each, like by selecting all of the frames inside of it, right? So let me just do it again in front of you. So I'll just create this one, then I'm going to create all of it, then I'm going to select all of them and just apply auto layout, and done. Then what I need to do here is basically I need to create a frame from this auto layout. So I'll press Option Command G to create a frame, and here in this frame I'll give the width to 258, right? And then I'll clip the content from here so that everything is inside the frame, but still the only visible option is this flat rate. So I'll just place it here, and then I need this one. So I'm not gonna show you how to create this card. Like, this is very simple. This is just a simple card. The only thing that you need to care about here is this line. So this line can be achieved by using the arrow here. So this is very simple. The reason of using it as a component, because as I have used this card in several pages, several layouts, so I wanted to make it as a component so that I can, if any changes needed, I can change it in one place and it will be changed. It will be reflected in every place. All right, so the next thing is creating this one. So I'm not gonna waste the time by creating this one. So what I'm gonna do, I'm just gonna pull this one from here and explain what it is, right? So this is basically a card, and inside we have text. And as I've said, this is an arrow, and I have applied some shadows here. All right, so the next thing is we need to make it like the similar way that we have created this one. Why? Because you see, when we have this one, we have only two cards. When the multiple prices are turned on, this tab is turned on, then we have another view of this. So we need these cards also. So what we need to do, basically, we need to create all of it together, just like this, and just like the previous way, apply auto layout and then create a frame of 258, and then clip the content from it and then place it here, right? Then we also need to create this one. So at this point, what I'm gonna do, I'm just gonna take the whole frame and place it here, right? So this is basically what we need to create at the very end. And this one is pretty simple. Like, if you make one card, duplicate this one, resize it, like make it smaller and push it to the back, then it will be done. And then one thing we need to care about, you see in this card, like in this frame, there is this quantity and usage. Let me just try to pull it, right? So you see what I have done, I have created these two small cards and placed underneath the first card. Why? Because when we go to the third step, you see this card is coming from this card. That's why we need to set this one underneath it. All right, so that was the reason for placing these two cards in underneath this subscription card, right? So at this point, what we have here, we have this card, and inside this card we have a very big list, and then we have this card. Also, you can see these backgrounds here. You can make it by looking at it, so I'm not gonna show you how to create this. This is very simple. These are just simple frames with different fields with a background blur, so that you can see the pattern underneath the card. Below the card is blurred out a little bit. Yeah, and to create the pattern, you simply can use a plugin called Pattern Hero. It's pretty simple. I'm not going to show you now. So all right, let's move on. So what we have here, we have this one and this one here, and also we have the tab. So what we are going to do, we are going to select all of it, and then we are going to create a frame from here by pressing down Option Command G, right? Then what we will do, we will take it out of the frame, another version of it, and then from here, you can't see, so I'll apply a fill here so that you can see. What we need to do, we can rename it as maybe 1, right? And then, or we can rename it as flat price, right? The name of the tab. Then we need to make another version of it. So by pressing down Option, I'm duplicating it. Then what we need to do here, we need to go inside here, this tab navigation. Then here we have this active background. We need to move it to underneath the multiple price, right? And then we need to resize it just like this one so that it matches. So I'll just zoom in, and yep, just like this. And then come back here, apply 80%, which was the base color, and then I'll turn it to white again, then 100%. And then again from this we need to remove the component, like break it from component. So I'm pressing down Option Command B to separate it from component so that we don't have that hover effect. And here we need the component back, right? So what I'm gonna do, I'm gonna select this one, and here I'm gonna just apply again flat price, right? So we have it. Now the next thing is to select this, go inside the frame and press down Shift and arrow key to push the next content to bring it to the view. So, and then here we also have this one, so we also need to push it just like this so that it comes to this view, in front of the view, and this one will remain the same. And then when we create the third one, we need to do the same for the tab and turn it back to, so I'm gonna just keep like this, copy it and make it like this, and then just remove this one, right? And here it should go like this, and I'm gonna make it white 100%, right? And then I need to break it again. so that we don't get that hover effect here also. Right, and in this one, what I need to do, I again need to push it, like place the third content in front of the view, and here also the third content, like the same task again. But at this point, you see here a new card appears, like from this state to this state, it appears like this. So what we need to do basically, we need to come here and use this one. So the first one is the quantity maybe, so I'm gonna push it down just like this, and then select everything, and then just push it like this, and yep, and then I'll just maybe just increase the height. Right, so this is the way just we are just preparing the cards now. What we'll do, we will apply the animation, but before doing that, what I'm gonna do, I have already created all of this. So just the same way I have showed you, this is the same thing. It just, the only thing it has extra is the animation. So yeah, we are gonna do that here now. So what I'm gonna do, I'm just gonna take all of it and create the animation in front of you, so that you can see how it's going to look or how it's going to work. All right, so I'm gonna take this one. Just like this, yeah. So what I'm gonna do, select all of it, break it from component, right, and then I'll apply some fields here. But before that, what I'm gonna do is apply again, component here, so that I can use it inside the page. The reason of making this a component is this is not a page, this is a section of the page, so we can't change this view. So inside the view, it needs to be changed when we click something. So this should be a component itself. So I'm going to create multiple components from here. So this is the thing, what you need to do, you need to create all of the screens one by one, by changing the layouts, like pushing the layout so that you can get the slide in effect, and then create multiple components from here and combine them as variants. Now then we need to apply the animations here. Before that, I'm going to apply a field here so that I can see. Yeah, so here when we click on this multiple price, we want to go to this page, right? And at this point, maybe I'll just use linear animation, but you can play around with it, just make it like you can have a bounce effect also. So this is the way you can have it. Then I'm just going to repeat the process again and again from one point to another point. So from here to the third one, from here to the fourth one, yeah, and from here to the last one, right? Yep, this is the last one. All right, and then what you actually can do in real, like while working on this, you can actually copy this and replace with every component here, like tab navigation, but then again you need to fix the background each time. And then what you need to do, basically you need to go to this page and do the same, like from this to this, and from this to like the third one, yeah. So I'll just zoom out a bit so that I can do it quickly. from here I want to go to the fourth one, right? And from this, yeah, so do the same. And I'm gonna do the same here also. And we're left with the last one. So here to here, from here to here, from here to the third one. Yep. Yeah, I think we're done. One thing is, when we are pushing this one from the second stage, on the fourth selection, like on the fourth tab, just select this one, because you're going to duplicate this one and make the fourth one, right? So it will be on the view. So push it to the top and then select the users and bring it down, just like I showed you earlier. So now if we check it, like if we select this one and replace with this one, and then check the animation here, look, we have the hover effect. Then what we can do, we can click on it and the content slides in. And click on it, you see this one is increased and this content also slides in. Nice. And also you can look like this background is moving along with the selection, right? Pretty nice, right? So yeah, this is it. In the last video, what I told you guys is I'm gonna show you this slider, how to create this slider, but I showed you a different slider today. But there are some similarities here. Like if you see this content slides in, so we have learned today how to make that animation, that slide-in animation within the page, and then we have created this slider of Stripe where you can see we click on it and then the content slides in to the view. And also we have learned how to create this kind of animation in the tab navigation where the selection moves along, the background moves along with the selection, right? So that's it. I hope you enjoyed it. It was a long video, and in the next video probably I'll show you all how to make this one, because you need, as I said in my previous video, you need some calculation here to make this kind of animation. And we have already learned how to deal with the sliding in animation. Then the only thing left is to deal with this calculation and this progress bar. All right, that's it. So happy designing.